Hello? Anybody out there? Hello? All right. Well, I'm not sure. I can't see how many people are here yet to get started. Um, Let me see. All right. Well, okay. So I'm gonna give it another minute here to see who is out there. Okay. I will, and then maybe I can probably just tape this. Let me see, guys. Sorry about this. You know, all of you know I'm not the most adept at the technology piece, but all right. So let me get the box. Okay. So I'll try my own recording as well. Okay, guys. Well, hey, thanks if you joined here at the last minute. I got a surprise box. Wasn't supposed to arrive till yesterday. It is a PSA submission. It was sent in February and surprisingly logged in February because I had stuff from January that wasn't logged until March or April even. And so I think this one's mostly vintage. I think this is value vintage. So whatever that was at the time, like 8, 10, 12 bucks a card. And you know, you gotta love when you get the postman shows up with these boxes. So let's get to it. Now this is all relatively low value, like stuff, as most of these bulk submissions are, but it'll be fun nonetheless. Buried in cardboard, literally. So let's oh, this is gonna be fun. This is Christmas before Christmas. Hello? You guys see me out there? Alright, so it's Christmas behind Christmas. I can't see any comments, so I'll actually pull up the Discord here as well on my other screen and see if I think, if I'm not wrong, there's some early British stuff in this submission, and there's some I think there's some Konigs in here. That's kind of what I can remember. It's so hard to remember, man, when you send something a year ago and it just isn't working. Okay. So let me see if I can do this. I don't know if anybody's out there, but okay. So I really can't see any comments or stuff, but let's just go through it. I think I'm recording. Oh no, hang on. I'm not recording. Okay, now I'm recording this PSA submission from February, and let's just jump into it and see what we've got here. Okay, so we've got the first box is, let's toss this over here. Ooh, almost dropped this whole stack. Let's check it out. So the first one is, oh, a nice DD Titulares. All right, in a 3. All right, so hey, now I can see. All right, I got Chris, you're on. Hey guys, PJ wants to be adopted, so yeah, PJ, that's not gonna happen. But we got this nice DD3, PSA 3 and Titulares, which means it has a clean back, which is like super rare. I don't know where I'm gonna put all these as I go, but it's gonna get messy. Next, oh sweet, oh what? This is I've been looking for this card actually as an ungraded one. For those of you guys who don't know who Santa Maria is, amazing Spanish player, but I'm just shocked by the authentic altered. Oh, I see it's not altered. It's just a bad Bruguera cut. Like most of these Brugueras are cut terribly from the 40s and 50s, but this card's amazing. Just look at the colors. Oh, it's just so cool. I think I had a couple of these, and actually this I don't see any Newton's rings on this. I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about that. Let's see. You like my green felt? Yes, I know. I don't know why I like that. Okay, here's another one. What? Another altered. Oh my gosh. So this is not starting off the way I was expecting it. I was expecting these. Oh, there's a little bit of Newton's rings on this. Yeah, they're just bad factory cuts. Whatever. This was only going to get a 2 anyway. I thought the other one was going to get better. But Santa Maria Epic Player. Okay, here we go. My third one. And this is a 1 now. Finally non-altered. So anyway, cool card. This whole set from Bruguera, the 1958 set with the little dots and stuff, is amazing. I guess they're just gonna label all of these as altered. I'm 5 cards into the submission and I've got 3 authentic altered. Okay, it's gonna get better. I guess it can only get better from here. Here's Copa, obviously one of the best French players ever. Again, it was gonna get a 2, but it's just these are just poorly cut from the factory, guys. But okay, here's Sultan Sivor, epic Hungarian player that played for Barcelona. Expect low grades on these, but with fantastic eye appeal. Awesome. PSA 1. Yeah, so the graphics, I think, let's see, Graham. Yeah, that's, here we all go. This is the Laszlo Kubala. Authentic altered. I don't get this. All these Brugueras have weird factory cuts, but they're just hammering them. Completely uncalled for. Beautiful sticker. Look at the graphics on that with the Barcelona, with the yellow popping. Just feels Catalunya-esque. Super rare stickers. And they're crushing me on the authentic altered. I guess they want more money. Here's a pretty rare one, and since I saw PJ's out there, some of the rare, it's a rare card from Africa. And this is the World of Sport. This is the large version. There's a small version as well. Pretty hard to find. Have no idea why this is a 1. Probably the best looking one you'll see. There's no paper loss to my eyes. But again, these graders hate me. I must be on some list. You know, all these authentic altered and now a PSA 1 Dixie Dean. All right, what are we getting here? Okay, why isn't this one altered? It's Ruiz Romero. These also have crappy factory cuts. So here's, a Puskas. Nice early, Puskas. Well, not early, but just nice, in general. Oh, okay, there's a Pele. This is the Flashes the Football. Nice card. Not my favorite, but in a 4, that's saying something. You don't typically get that. So PJ, what a Kia shelf. Yeah, that's a built-in. Yeah, There's another 4. Wow, and this is oh, it's the same one. Surprised this one didn't get an MC. But all right. So we got another Pele, Flashes of Football, and a 4. Always love this card. This is the Flashes of Football Garincha. Again, a little miscut, so that one deserves the MC. This has got some Newton's rings. Not, the best condition sticker, but really one of the most beautiful Garincha stickers out there from my perspective. So I'm glad, and Dino Zoff is rookie sticker. I'm glad you have some golfers from that set, PJ. That's cool. The African Tobacco set. Do you have a Dixie Dean? So here's the what I like about this particular Zoff rookie is it has the Valida back instead of the blank backs. I very much prefer the Valida back. So that's a PSA 4. Oh, this is disappointing. So a PSA 1. Oh, and I guess it was going to be a 2. Anyway, so PSA 1. Yeah, that's fair. On the DiStefano. Great eye appeal, though. I mean, that's what I love about vintage cards. That's just a beautiful sticker for, it's a PSA 1, but it's just beautiful. I don't know. So far, not loving it. Okay, this is kind of fun. Don't have many of his cards. Massapus, Ballon d'Or winner. Just doesn't have a lot of cards out there. So it's nice to see Ruiz Romero, which typically these have absolutely terrible cuts. And I would fully expect, based on that prior experience, to be authentic altered. Okay, so here's the authentic. Not altered, though, so I don't know how they make the determination of one's altered versus the other. But anyway, here's Ruiz Romero. Some people have this as 63, 64. I think 64 is right. Probably 60. Well, maybe 63, 64. Here's another copy of it. Nice. I'll take it. This one's much better centered. So this one will go in the PC, and the other Ruiz Romero Eusebio will be sold. So there's that one. Oh, I love this set. Who can't? The San Giorgio set. And here's Rivera. Beautiful. I don't know why this is a 2. Again, blank back. Wow, this grader was in a real bad mood. The one that got mine. I'm glad I got it back, like a February order, now. But he's definitely in a cranky mood. Because I'm getting crushed. Oh, no. This one I got crushed, too. I think I just got to send these back in. Is that what they want me to do? I want me to send these back in. Wow. This is an epic card, the Bobby Moore rookie. And I looked at this card very carefully before I sent it in and did not see anything outside of the paper loss here. Like all of them lined up, but maybe it's just a little thinner on the top. I mean, brutal. Anyway, Bobby Moore rookie goes as an authentic alter. How many is that? I mean, too many. Let's say that. Here's Florian Albert. Awesome card. I love these 1962 Naninas in a 4.5. That's pretty high grade for that. These are also, I mean, look at, you could also say this has a downward slant. So, why didn't they give this an authentic or altered? It's just a lot of these things, and this is one thing that maybe is Matt working there. He'll they'll start to realize that a lot of these things are just poorly machine cut from these were just not intended to be kept and saved and graded. So I don't know. There's a Florian Albert. Pretty awesome card to celebrate the 1962 World Cup. There's a couple Pelés in that set, different versions of it. Yeah, so, hey, thanks, Grandma. I'm not immune to the shenanigans of all these crazy... I mean, honestly, what does that make? Out of this first set of slabs, there's probably half of them authentic altered. I mean, that's even worse than the lazy SGC A's that I got. Oh, my Lord. What is going on here? First one out of the gate, a Gunnar Gren authentic altered. Ugh. Oh, my Lord. I just need a moment here, guys. I just... Man, where's the beer? I gotta gather myself up here. I mean... I just don't even know what to say. I mean, slight miscuts? Wow. Okay, well, you know, I mean, they're PSA. I just can't. I just don't get it. I mean, I'd like, you know, they should just put a thing say what they thought was altered on it. Anyway, here's a RC Hamilton, great British early player. Here's a 2, and then there's a miscut, I guess, because it's shortcut. You don't expect these to get great grades. But, you know, certainly that's fine. I'm kind of in a bad mood funk after this start. That's pretty crappy. But here's a fatty folk, you know, make me feel good about myself here. And here's an Ogden's and a 2. Didn't expect real high grades on these, but these are just great early cards, you know. Anything that's not touched up, you know, I think you take in this one. Here's an Alf Common, you know, not so great player. I think this is his first card as far as I recall. Very, very underrated player. I think he'll get some hobby love at some point. Here's the Charlie Athersmith. It has the very first soccer card. Issued, of course, this one's later, but still a nice little Ogden's and a 2. I expected most of these to get 1s to 3s, so a 2's fine. Hopefully we'll break this authentic streak. Jimmy Crabtree, also great early player, and in a 2, blank backs these are. We've also got... So we've got this Alex Reisbeck in a 2.5. Also kind of nice there. So we got a lot of these early. Must be the early UK stuff. Yeah, it's probably right. Some 22-year-old making $15 an hour decides to give me all these A's without overacting. Here's another Reisbeck in a 3. I'm going to call a 3 a good grade for these. You know, I think you really want to, these are just hard. The black borders, the fact they're 120 years old. Oh, this is going to try my patience. Authentic altered. Okay. Oh man, this is just so painful. I'm not even going to inspect it. I'm just going to roll with the punches on this one. There's another RC Hamilton. Nice. So if you guys don't know these players, Google them. You know, these are great early players. Most of the best early players from the 1890s and 1910s are British players. So just go, you know, research these guys. I think they're all great to collect. And I think that if you do some research, you'll be called to them as well, depending on who your team is, depending on what positions you like. So here's an RC McCall, again, authentic altered, so you know, why not? I mean, aren't they all at this point? If it's my card, it must be altered, I guess. Here's another RC McCall. I'm actually gonna have to separate out these authentic. I think it's half of the submissions so far. Oh my lord! And these were gonna grade like a 1 or a 2 anyway, but they feel the need to to call them altered. Well, anyway, so here you go. Here's the a fatty folk. Okay, that's not bad. 4.5 on a on the Wills again. Nice early card of a great epic keeper. Weighed like 340 pounds or something. Yeah, it is really frustrating to know that, you know, I could get numerical grades on those if I do it again. I won't do it again. It's just too much work. So, and these aren't hugely valuable cards anyway. It's a value, you know, submission. Here's a nice Alex Reisbeck as well. Doesn't get enough cred. I think you guys all know the Will's back, so but I'll show it to you quickly. Those will be here for a while. And here's a Goodall. Don't have many of those, and this is the famous Cadles. Probably one of the better cards that we've seen so far, and it's 2.5, so that's kind of what I expected on these. Here's the nice football captain set. Here's another Reisbeck in a 4. That's decent grade. Probably wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being the highest or one of the highest. Really cool greenbacks on these. You guys, you know, hopefully can enjoy that. Here's another one, Vivian Woodward with the blue. Again, these are with these really nice. It's artistic photograph. They start with a photograph and make it artistic. So here's a Cohen Wien, greenback. I really like these. If you guys saw my video from the 1910s, you know, I had one of these in there. I just like these. It's a very different set. These Gallagher cards, and this is a 3.5, which is nice. So lots of vintage, you know, goodies in this one. Here's an Alex Reisbeck as a 4. Again, pretty big player, at least to my eyes. So let me see here. Yeah, this early UK stuff, Chris, I really like it as well. And again, it's just not that expensive. And these players are just great, and they're black borders, 120 years old. You know, is it the best investment stuff? Probably not, right? But I just, man, it's just as a collector, that stuff's just magical. All right, just throw stuff on the floor. Why not? Let's see what else we've got. So I'd say, which one? The Goodall, I'd say, was a good pull. Actually, I should have just separated some of the good stuff out there. Those Pele 4s were nice. And here's a 1965 Huey Gallacher tragic story. I have a video on him, I believe. So actually, I'll just crack a couple of these so we can just keep rolling. Yeah, so that's a good one. You know, not a lot of people talk. Here's the back on this John Sinclair. I like this a lot. I'm gonna put this on. Not a lot of people talk about this card. You know, I know there's been a lot of interest recently in the Bobby Charlton cards, especially the AMBC 1958 rookie. But this particular one, you know, these 1959s, did you know? You know, I like them. I don't know why. You can, and they're really inexpensive. So, you know, obviously this is a 3, not a very valuable card, but you know, certainly still one worth picking up, especially if you like characters. And they have a little bit of trivia on the back, and this one's about 1891. So, you know, that's cool. This is a nice little set you don't frequently see. It's the Clevedon confectionery set, and it has lots of greats from around Europe, and particularly obviously this is Di Stefano. So you get that one, and here's the backs on these Di Stefano. So you got that, and following up on the set is Vladimir Berra, and I think I don't know. We don't talk much about Vladimir Berra in the Discord, but we really should. You he is, was one of the most elite keepers pre-Lev Yashin. And I think even when Yashin won the Ballon d'Or, I think he mentioned Berra as the best goalkeeper in the history, better than him. And we just don't talk about him that much, and we really should. And this nice little 61. He's got some European issues, which are really cool. This is the 1961, the same Cleveland confectionery. Wow, finally one that I like. A 7 in that same set. Love that. So finally we got that. Hey, what's up, party people? That's for Bill, who just joined. So we got this Vladimir Berra as a 7, and we've got this really nice. Oh, by the way, no upcharges in this order, which is great because usually my Express and Super Express, I expect calls from PSA telling me my cards are worth more than they are. But here's a nice Fred Weldon. It's really nice to see these 4s. 4s are good grades in these Wills for 1902. I'll take those. And probably the second mega card that I had in this submission is a Cadles Bloomer. Now I think this is a decently attractive card. The Cadles just being one of my favorite issues. It's just so cool. I love that pose of him. He looks so pissed off. And the backs on these are just amazing. Do they call them a Percy E. Cadle here? Or they just call them Cadle cigarettes? But yes, awesome card. So yeah, maybe I should separate a couple of the real good ones. Oh, cool. Oh, well, since we're on Bloomer, so here's a Bloomer rookie. PSA has this as 1902. Pretty much all the other data I have points to a 1900. Either way, just a really epic card that if you're going to be in pre-war, I think you have to get this and the Bloomer at Work. I mean, the Meredith at Work cards as just some of the first cards for those guys. Hey, Casper. Hopefully things are cool in Denmark, and appreciate you liking the content. So here we go with Huey Gallacher again. I had a video on him, and to get this card in an 8 is actually pretty special. So I'm going to categorize this, and this is the Rovers 26. You guys probably remember a Dixie Dean from my Dixie Dean video there. This one slipped a little bit out of place, but this is definitely a goodie. Oh yes. Okay, so I think we've gone a few without the authentics. Those of you who just joined or have joined recently, I had my first run of these things was insane. It was, I want to at least, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 cards were authentic altered in sets where they clearly were not. So that's just really disappointing. But look at this Alex James rookie. This is my, this is just a great card. To get it in a 7, this one, I'm just going to be honest, I feel like it's generous. It's off center, right? So, I'd be giving this a 6. I find that usually I agree with the grading more at SGC. Like their eyes align with my eyes a little bit better. Like that I think's overgraded, and then so many of the other ones I think were stupidly undergraded. I love those Bloomers. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, those are just great. And then here's the George Campsell, really nice, 1928. Again, these aren't the most valuable cards. I think Bill will like this. I like this. I mean, Rysbeck not only is an epic player, he had the epic stash, right? You gotta give extra credit for the stash. So notable. Him and Bob Crompton, I think, are running off for the stash. And this is kind of an uncommon, these Smith's Cup tie, kind of an uncommon issue from 1909. So I'd highly recommend, if you guys don't have some of those cards, you pick them up. You also got Jimmy Quinn here from the same set. See, I'm fine with this. 1.5 rounded quarters, roughed up. I'll take it. It deserves that. Authentic or altered on pretty much all of them. I'm still bitter, guys. Sorry. Really, 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 really sorry about that. That bitterness. I usually don't exude bitterness. Yeah. Hey, Darren. Yeah, pulling the 7s or 8s are just crazy, crazy, crazy. Here's the 1929 John Player and Son. They're 28, 29, I think, right? John Player and Son. So not the rarest Dixie Dean. Here's another one. And a 5. The first one was a 3. Oh yeah, this one I've been waiting to get back because I just find this one beautiful. Franz Sespan. Now this is a 1, and you can see it actually. The light's hitting this right. There's like this crack. It's a photographic card, and there's like this crackling at the bottom here, and that's why we're getting the low grade. It almost looks like it's been shredded, but what's actually happening is the photographic material is breaking up a little bit for whatever reason on this copy. Regardless, the image, if you just tilt it like this, amazing image of Sespan. Here's another. Oh, I need to show you the back, but I'll show you on this one. Same thing here. You still got this little bit of, crackling, but what a great image. And check out this back, y'all. Look at this. It's just beautiful. Record in Sport. You don't see that card very often at all. You just saw 2 copies right here. Another, so yeah, I think the market's going to catch up to a lot of this stuff. I mean, this stuff is just so rare. It's just not much of it around. And, you could get a 4 like this and a Ricardo Zamora. This is from Bravura Builder. So this is he's one of the guys, he has cards from all over. He was such a mega superstar, great keeper, probably the best pre-World War II keeper, I think. Oh, look at this. Nice. So now I guess it's the law of averages with PSA, get a 6.5 on a card from the 1930s. From you can get them from the English sets, but from other European sets, really, really hard to do. And so this is a really nice 6.5. Happy to have that. As I was saying, you can get good grades on the English stuff from the 1930s. So, okay, they're paying me back a little bit here on this one. So it was this is a 9 of the John Sinclair. 19. I mean, it's not a rookie, but to have any card, and this is photographed. It's got beautiful surface on this one. Here's another Dixie Dean, same set, and an 8. So, okay. So the grader of these boxes was in a good mood. The grader in the first 2 boxes was like angry man. Here's a Ted Drake. Nice, kind of very different pose. And a 7.5. So those all came out of my set. I had a set of this. And here's an Alex James, so an 8. So you can see the set was really well taken care of, and an 8. So these, but again, don't stretch when you're buying 1930s cards. Don't super stretch for the high grade British cards in general. So here's a Camsel at a 9. Yeah, I mean these are really high grades. They are high grades, but don't be spending thousands of dollars for a 10-year, Dixie Dean just because it's a 9. These are out there, and again, I pulled this out of a set that all these cards out of a set that I probably paid $100 for. I pulled out 5 or 6 of the stars, and all of them are 8s and 9s. Oh no! Just as I say that, here's my Baston, which comes back as a 6. So I pulled out, what is that, 7 or 8 cards, and I had a dupe of the Dean, and they all came back 1, 6, all 8s and 9s. That's the one fear that I would have if you're gonna go big with dollars into the 1930s British sets. You know, the other countries, hard to grade, but the British sets, I mean, I think Bill and I have talked about this a lot. So here's an Eddie Hopgood. All right. Okay, so in this next one, oh, this is going to be fun. So these, I think, are some of the very first Konigs to be graded at PSA. And I think I'm not sure, I think they are grading the Konigs um, by the names. So I think you're gonna have to see what happens in the pop reports. So this one's like Cigarette Dresden. Let's see how they do it. No, Union Cigarette. Oh yeah, Union Cigarette Dresden. So they're going by this. Okay, they're putting Union Cigarette and then they're putting the back. So this one's Ramona. So Union Cigarette, Konig Fußball, Ramona. Okay. By the way, a 6 in this set is insane, and this is Otto Siffling German Great, and yeah, so this is remember the Ramona and the Nil Princess Ramonas are more common than the solos. What we want are solos and 08s, but still, these are some of the first ones to be graded. Love this set in general, and here is the Italy one, which we have. Meazza on this one, and the cool thing about this is not it's a VG3, but guess what? It's a 08, and so they're calling this Tobacco Cigarette Konig Fußball. So if you're gonna want to get the right pops on the Konigs, you're gonna have to look at Tobacco cigarettes. You're gonna have to look at Union cigarettes, and you're gonna have to look at I don't know which other one, but there's got to be at least 3. So here's the Konig. Tobacco. I would normally call this a Konig 08, which is that bottom line. And so, but that's not the set that they're doing. Nice to have. I think that was my only Mesa Konig. Here is a Dr. Sarosi. Those of you who saw my 1930s video, he came in number 2, not with this card, but super important player. Look at how nice that. Man, these Konigs are just gorgeous. And this is also the rare 08 back. So really nice to have this. Almost no chipping on the gold on this Sarosi. Awesome. Okay, yeah, so here's another one. So this is Nil Princess Ramona. It's another Sarosi, 2.5. So we've got 08 Nil Princess Ramona, and then the next one is, so 3 of those, a VG3 Nil Princess Ramona. So so I still need a couple of variations. I don't know what I have with SGC, but these are the ones that I had collected these. I love this set. I collected, picked up whatever I could find of these along the way for quite a long time. So I submitted pretty much all of them that I could when I started grading them. So here's a Ramona and a Fritz Espan. Francisco or Paco Gento, the player with the most Champion League victories. Real Madrid great. And this is from the Bruguera that we had earlier where they gave us all these authentic altered. Let's see how the cut is on this one. Damn, it's the exact same as the other ones that are all authentic altered. So I don't know what to make of it. Oh, back to Konigs. So there's a random Bruguera in there. Back to the Konigs, a Fran Binzer. And this is a Nil Princess Ramona back. And then we've got... whoa! Okay. Whoa. Okay. 8.5. Richard Hoffman. Late career card, but insane. Insane. 8.5 Konig. I mean, so tough with these borders. So crisp. Insane. It's a Ramona back. Another Otto Siffling. Ramona back. A little roughed up. 2.5 seems right. Another Otto Siffling. Oops. I rolled this over a bit. So you get less glare. In a 4, Ramona back. And then the helmet Shun, which we saw earlier on the card with Beckenbauer. Oh no, we didn't. I taped a Beckenbauer thing, and this is a 7. So insane to get these cards in a 7 and an 8. Okay, so after what started out as a freaking crazy hot mess of a submission with like authentic alters all over the place, we've stabilized and got some really nice 7, 8s, and 9s out of cards that you wouldn't typically expect, those grades. So, I think, it's always a mixed bag. I would have expected, 1s to 3s and lots of those authentic altered, and I would have expected, maybe some 7s out of those, 6s and 7s out of those Konigs, but anyway, here we are. All right. So this is all fun stuff, man. I should have probably just waited for Christmas to do this. This is so much fun. Hopefully you guys aren't getting bored out of your mind. Here's the Idamar. I usually call this Cosas Nosas. This is from 62, and that's a nice little Garincha. I'd say normally you want to, if you're getting those in 2s and 3s, amazing. Oh, okay. That's a 5. So that's unexpected in a good way. I will definitely take that. I'll take your 5. And, of course, like every good thing needs to be balanced with a bad thing. Here's an authentic altered, which I have no idea why. It looks exactly like the others. But I think on an eye appeal, if you didn't have them in the holder, you'd probably pick the altered one, frankly. And then here's a Masola from the same set. I thought I had a Pele from the set, but maybe I'm making it up. Okay, one of the players that a lot of people don't know about but should is Ernst Wilanowski. Fantastic Polish player, got caught up in the politics of the war, ended up playing in Germany during the war, even though his mother got sent to Auschwitz. It's a complicated story. This is, I think he has more than 500 goals. He was banned from his home Poland for a long time, even when they made it to the World Cup in 70 or 74. So interesting story. Search for him on the web. Definitely he should be on more people's want lists than he is. Epic player, super important player to my eyes. Then we've got hey Seb, nice to see you make it here. Catch this one. We've got Paul Janes. So here's a great little card. Again, wasn't expecting a huge grade on this. It's a 2.5, but any Konig of the international team is great. And it was a Ramona back. Here's another Ramona back. I'll take this 6. A 6 and a Konig, just big to me. Even with the Ramona backs, I'll take a 6. Any day of the week. And I'll even take a 4. And this is the Nil Princess Ramona. Paul Janes. Again, underrated star. Actually, I think this one may be a little overgraded. To get that a 4 with that stuff on the back, I think that's overgraded. And here's a 3. Much cleaner back in the Ramona. Here we've got Richard Hoffman and Zamora in a 4. Really nice dual card of these guys. Nice, clean, shiny back. No Portuguese stuff that I remember, but this was a year ago. Or at least from February. Here's another 4. Nil Princess Ramona back again. So I got quite a few dupes of these. I picked these up over the years just because they're so beautiful and such important players from the 20s to the 30s in this set. That Paul Janes. Okay, great. This is the first solo back that we have. And here's a solo back. And how are they calling this one? Oh, Scepter. So that's the third one. So they've got Union Cigarettes, Scepter, and what's the third one? Anybody want to help me? Can't remember. But the Scepter is with the solos. So that's one of the rarer backs. Oh, here's a card that most of you are going to like. Sindelar, epic player, epic story, awesome. And this is a Ramona back. Here's another Sindelar, 2.5. And this is a solo back. So not a great grade, but super rare back. Trying to put the rainbows together of all the international players. It's going to take some time. Here's a one. You know, I thought these were better condition. I thought these Sindelars were... He's getting roughed up. There must be a speck of paper loss on this. I don't see how that's a 1 at all. Way better eye appeal. This is the type of thing we'll get an E for eye appeal at... Okay, well, you see, these guys, they're very funny. I guess on average, we're good. I'm just going to sit back and let you guys take that in and see if you see kind of what the response is on that. I'm not actually going to say much. I'll just open the next box while I see you guys kind of catch up with me. And you guys can let me know what you think of a Sindelar 7.5 Konig. Wait, what? I guess the one thing I like about, this is that these guys, despite getting all the authentic altered, at the beginning, at least, they're not upcharging you for a card like this, which, in my eyes it's got to be the highest. I have no idea. I mean, of course they're just starting to grade these, but that Sindelar's got to be the highest, and I wouldn't be surprised if it stayed the highest for a long, long time. So, Sindelar, Ramona, 7.5. For those of you who just joined, I got I think a 9 earlier on one. No, not a Sindelar, but okay. And then here's another nice mid-grade Sindelar. So in total, there were, 5? So, and again, these are, some people were giving me shit about my 1930s video about why this card wasn't on there. And I love this card. It's one of my favorite cards, but it's just, you can get it, right? So it's relatively, if you want it, you can buy it. It'll be out at auction every quarter or so. So you can definitely find it. And here's a Casora, who actually is brothers-in-law with Fritz Sesban. 2's the right grade on here. I don't know if you can see, but there's some residue on the back. So, yeah, that's funny. Okay, you guys will find this funny. So this is Princess Elizabeth's rookie card. It's from the Carreras set, and I was just going through and picking out the Bradman and I have a set and picked out the Bradman and the who's the other one? Stanley Matthews. And found Princess Elizabeth's rookie card in there at a near mint 8. These cards I just love. I think they're so much fun. And this is so cool. I mean, this is so fun to open these boxes. Man, imagine if we could do this every day. So cool. I mean, at the beginning, though, I was angry. I will admit that. So here's the Pele I'd mentioned that I thought that I had sent along. 2's fine. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, and then here's the Stanley Matthews. So would have preferred this to be in an 8, but it has some back damage, so that was bound to be a 2. And we've got some, cricket guys out there now. So see a nice Bradman and an 8.5. Again, not his rarest card, not his rookie, but really nice, classy looking card, an 8.5 from 1935. And this nice Baston picks up a 9. Can't argue with 9s for things. You know, a 9 there, and then an 8 in the Stanley Matthews. Yeah, Matt, I got like my first 25 cards, half of them were authentic altered, and they're not, but we'll save that for another day. Don't need to relive it. So here's the Stanley Matthews in an 8. We just saw one in a 2, so that's good. Oh no, hopefully we're not starting this again. This is the 59 Hocus Pocus. I think Bill picked one of these up in the last PWCC. These are really rare cards, and there's different back variations as well. I forget which one, which other ones there are right now, but there's a blank back, I think, and then there's at least 2 different printed backs. These Puskas ones are just great cards, and I don't think this one's altered, but it is what it is. And here is the Charlie Athersmith. To get this in a 6 is pretty good. Again, these aren't going to be the most expensive cards, but Bill and all the old vintage guys are going to really like this. Yeah, I need to stop trimming. Yeah, right. Here is Robert Walker. Again, so I get the PSA guy on the line, and suddenly all my cards are altered. So here's a Robert Walker. Now, some of these, on these black border early English ones, what I will say is that a lot of collectors would touch up, like British collectors, would touch up side the side parts of the car with Sharpie, so it didn't show, and you just can't see it most of the time. I mean, maybe under magnification. So I'm thinking here that maybe what this little dot is here. I don't know. It's really hard for me to tell. And, again, I guess they're the experts, but I don't know. So here's another McCall, 3.5, and these early Ogdens. It's hard to keep track of all these early Ogdens. The different sets. There's like 420. Our leading footballers, they have just different backs. So, it could get kind of confusing. So don't... Oh, dang. Here's a Riseback that's altered too. A lot of these early versions. These I kind of expect with the black borders. There's something you didn't see. And here's the same card in a 5. So obviously that's a good one. Jimmy Crabtree in a 2.5. Fine. Ernst Needham we'll get in a 5. That's really good. He has earlier cards, but still really nice. So this is exactly what I was talking about here. This is a Geo Smith. And what you see down here in this little corner is a tiny little black. Somebody took a marker and only filled in part of the border. So stupid, but whatever. It's still a 120-year-old card of, absolute legend. And then you've got Alex Smith. Another Riseback. Again, as I said at the beginning, I feel like he's super underrated early star. This one bites. This is not altered. This is just badly cut. Oh no, you know what? They are right. It has the same thing of this black Sharpie to the corner. Terrible, but it's a 3 nuns. Needham. Very, very cool card. Just wish that we could take the Sharpies away from the people in the UK. Same probably here on the CB Fry. Although I don't see this one so readily. So lots of British ones. Now we're down to the last couple boxes. Thanks for sticking with me here. This is kind of like my version of mid-December Christmas with all of these slabs just kind of towering over. I'd have to say right now, somebody's asking, who who is what was my favorite thing, and I'd say that Sindelar 7.5. It's pretty huge. The Dixie Dean 9 Sinclair. It's pretty big too. Yeah, so just anything that wasn't authentic altered, basically. This is tough. These are tough to get. Djalma Santos in a 4. That means it has a clean back. So we'll take that. And then this one is the Djalma Santos in a 1. Who's grading NHL Maury? Who's grading what? The Ogdens? I think you see this has some back damage and it has some front damage. So it's a fair grade. I just like that card, that the Djalma Santos card. Gilmar, Pele's keeper. Epic keeper in the 50s and 60s. In a 4 again. Really tough grade. I have a lot of these and just handpicked a couple of the better ones. It had good eye appeal, even if this one was going to grade low because of it was removed. Here's another Gilmar 1.5. Djalma's not sibling, but sharing same last name. Excellent back. Milton Santos in a 1. I'm sure Matt Handler has way better of these cards. I don't know if there are Eusebios in here. I just don't remember what's in this versus my other ones. In total, I had about, I think, like 1,000 cards there, and I think I've gotten it back a couple hundred. So still a lot more out there. Djalma Santos. Again, Didi. Excellent eye appeal on this Didi. Just really nice cut. Sometimes these are cut really terribly. And, really nice full back. But it's a 1. And that's fair. This is a great card. You don't see that this issue. This is another Bruguera. Remember, we got all those authentics at the beginning. And this is a 1. Had a couple different versions of this, I think. So this is a 2. These are all, this is the one where it has the back that actually talks about skills. So that's good. Here's a Di Stefano. Same issue. 59 Bruguera. 59 or 58? I thought it was 58, but it says 59. Yeah, maybe they're right on that. 58. Here's a 61 Suarez. Bruguera. I really like this issue. I think we had the you can see it's removed from the album, and I even like the way it's removed. It has part of the album. You can see the silhouette of a player. That's cool, right? Yeah, it deserves a 2. It's all good. We saw the Sultan Sabor earlier on that, and then we've got a 6 in the Laszlo Kuala. That's really cool. And then we've got, I think we talked about these guys being brother-in-law, Casora and Cespan. 8.5 from a 1935 German issue. That's just great. So, loving that one. Hopefully you guys aren't getting too tired here. This is probably one of the more epic cards in the submission. I love PSA. C. Ather Smith, because it's Charlie, and they just think that's his name. Chather Smith. You see, there's some built-up frustration about the lack of knowledge on some of the other grading here that just comes out to me when I see something like that. I'm like, if you don't even know the players, it's just painful. I know Matt can't look at anything, and I'm not really trying to pick on PSA, but it just speaks to the lack of knowledge of soccer that's still there. But it's a circus girl, and these were super tough, and I'd say, it goes Geo Smith, Charlie Ather Smith, and then Billy Bassett on these cards. And this is great eye appeal on this. Look at how clean the back is, too. Don't even know why it's a 2. Don't even really care. So rare, those cards. We have a Didi in the Cosas Nosas, which they call Cosa Nosa, Brazilian encyclopedia, and then another 2. All right, we're down to the last box. And you want to see? Oh yeah, you want to see the text again, Dallas? Here, I'll put it up while I open the last box. Just a ton of text about these guys. But yeah, they were brother-in-law. 2 epic greats. If you haven't read about them, go read about Fritz Sespen and Ernst Cassora on, just Google search them, read a couple articles. I mean, these guys are just epic players that we don't talk about in the Discord. Just like I was remembering that when we talked about the Berra, card. I'm like, man, are you kidding me? We just don't talk about so many great players. We tend to get kind of just focused on a more narrow subset, and there's so many great players out there. So I'm literally getting buried behind slabs. This is the last set. So let's just take it, and here we go. Here's Ernst Cassora, just Speak of the Devil. Wow. So this is a nice Konig. So Ernst Cassora. It's got some glue on the back, so it's kind of what you'd expect. But this one, really nice. A 5.5. So, I'd say that in general, I had been collecting the Konigs for a while and, trying to pick up the best grade, the best eye appeal ones I could find, even low grade, good eye appeal. And I think that work was pretty validated in this submission. Here's a solo, back. So this is the rarest with the 0.8 tobaccos, but this is, a 3, so I'll take that all day long. Cliff Baston, we get in a 1.5, so the back must be thrashed. Oh yeah, it has some glue on it, but it's a solo back, so helps me to complete my rainbow of all of these. Yep, and Kaluna is amazing, totally underrated. NHL Maury, 100%. So here's a 4, and this is a 0.8 back. So again, super tough. In this one, the Cliff Baston, so we've got the solo and the 0.8 in the same thing. And then another 0.8 back with Cliff Baston. So very fun. Some card didn't get graded. Let's see. I wonder why. No charge. Interesting, because they graded other cards from the set. It must have just been mixed up, and they didn't want to check that Bruguera. So whatever. Luis Suarez didn't get graded. Not sure why. Which would be nice if they took the time to say why, but I do understand that they're packed. So here's Eddie Hapgood, 0.8 tobacco. Here is another Eddie Hapgood, Nil Princess Ramona, and a 5. Lots of Konigs today, guys. And then here is a 1 Nil Princess Ramona. A little bit of residue here. Again, in the Hapgood. And then we've got Raymond Brain in the Ramona and a 1.5. Must be some paper loss there somewhere. Don't see it readily, but we've got a 4 in the Ramona back as well. And then we've got Franz Binder in a 6, pretty high grade. And the last card of the submission is Raymond Brain, Ramona, PSA 4. Woo! 120 something slabs. Except for the front part, it was really fun being able to kind of run through this with you guys. I'll give you a minute here to let me know if you got any questions, and then I'll close it out. I mean, to see this card in 8.5, huge, pretty rare card. We had the Cespan Greeley 1936. Those were PSA 1s, but those are super great cards. We got a couple, of these John Sinclair's cards here. We've got, a bunch of, 8s and 9s of these Sinclairs out of my set of Sinclairs. We've got, not super rare stuff, but a 6 on a Kubala. We've got a, couple low-grade Garinchas and Pelés. The plan, I don't really have a plan, really, for these. I think that I'll probably, if I have multiple, I'm trying to get the rainbows and the Konigs, so I'll have to go through and I'll cull and make sure I have the Konigs, and then, I'll probably send some to PWCC or Golden, or put them on eBay or something, if I have multiple copies. I usually have a hard time getting rid of stuff, but also, if people have, I'm really trying to go for my Koenig Rainbow, so if they have some of those that I'm missing, I'm happy to make trades. There's not a lot in here that I absolutely has to stay in the PC. Maybe things that I don't have a lot of, like this Massapust, that probably sticks. The Arthur Smith Circus Girls sits. Things like the Florian Albert Nanina, that'll stick. But yeah, if you saw something that you really like, just DM me. Maybe we can make a deal. So yeah, so that's basically the state of the state from my massive submission, at least this one. The odd thing about this one was I sent it in February and I got it back now, and I have 2 from January that are not, that I haven't gotten. Now, they were logged later, and I think they're using the log date, but they were there for 2 months without getting logged, and then I sent this one in February, and it got logged in February. So the method to the madness, I'm not sure, but it's nice to have all this. Look at this stack of it's right. I don't need 5 Cliff Baston Konigs. All right, so I shh, if my wife is listening. I will not be selling a large part of these to PJ at a large discount. So you can be pretty sure of that, but I certainly appreciate you asking, PJ, and I'll say the same thing to Kellen, because I'm sure he'll ask me the same thing. So, all right, guys. Well, it was I got to get to my keyboard here to even shut this thing off, but we'll be talking in the next couple days, and certainly hope you enjoyed the unboxing of this PSA order. It was certainly a lot of fun when we got past the first 25 or so. Have a great evening, and talk to you guys soon. Thanks.